Hey, this is Mike Rothman for the Rock It Out blog. I'm here with my favorite singer-songwriter today, Kurt Vile.
Yo!
And we're here actually amongst a bunch of kids and parents and campers looking at animals. And we actually found two animals for the first time in about 20 minutes. We went searching everywhere. It's kind of like that scene in Jurassic Park where none of the animals show.
I only see one.
There's one, and then there's one sneaking over there. So it's, I think they're like feeding. Like it doesn't even look like there's like no leaves, so I don't know what they're eating on. But you know, hopefully it works out for them.
They're bored.
Yeah, yeah. When was the last time you were actually at a zoo?
It hasn't been that long because I have kids. So.
Oh, okay.
But I don't, a month or something.
They like the zoo?
Yeah.
What are their favorite animals?
Whoa.
I'm going deep questions right now. Deep questions.
Yeah. It's a little too early for that.
Okay.
Kind of a personal question.
Yeah,
no,
yeah, it's true. It's true. This new album is dynamic, and I love the fact that it's kind of got this like 70s vibe to it. Were you what kind of records were you listening to prior to recording?
Well, I mean, I'm always listening to like Neil Young and stuff. I sort of like, I said once that like Fleetwood Mac Tusk influenced the record, but I kind of just said that in passing. I was like comparing it because now it was becoming this double vinyl, that's sort of epic, weird, unconventional pop in that sense. But I actually made a mix CD, a perfect mixtape to get pumped up for recording of stuff like favorite songs I had accumulated, and Matador was going to put it out. I'm sure they still will. But they were going to put it out before the record came out.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't know. There was this one song by Gary Newman that was my favorite, Our Friends Electric, and then like Everything Counts, that song by Depeche Mode. I have so many influences that I can't tell you. It's like a big block. There's a big block at the moment. So
How do you usually listen to music? You got vinyls or?
I have vinyl stuff. I guess I listen to vinyl at home, but then when I'm on the road, I tend to just listen to a Discman with CDs. I just buy a lot of CDs because MP3s, they just sound so squashed and stupid. It's kind of depressing, but sometimes that's all right too, like a blasted squashed MP3 in your ears. But being a musician, I tend to, I guess, want the fullest quality available at the time, so CDs where it's at. It's just kind of depressing, honestly. I mean, I like MP3s and it's convenient, you can get them immediately, but just the whole, like, people listen to MP3s in their car and they're just listening to like these miniature versions where they put, I don't know, it's just kind of static after a while. I think CD and LP have their place, and MP3 of course too, if you want to find your favorite jam on YouTube, like I was showing you earlier.
Yeah. One of the things I've noticed also is that you got definitely a little more collaboration on this one. Also, you got a lot of people coming in, and you said you've always wanted to call it like a Kurt Vile and the Violators album, but it's always been your album. Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say. I mean, this is a Violators album. I wrote the Violators in graffiti on the back, and I put the Violators back there, the two steady Violators at the time, and we were between drummers on this record. So my friend Stella fit in. So, sat in. Stella from Warpaint sat in, and she saved the record. And now we have our steady drummer Vince, who also I met him, because he played on the record. I met him through Rob, the blonde-haired kid in my band. Like Jesse, same way. Jesse came and recorded the sax on Freak Train, and then he was in the band without knowing it. Yeah, because that was, and then even Rob Laxo, I had that premeditated because I knew Adam was gonna get busy with the war on drugs. So I had Rob. I know him longer than anybody, but I had him come in on Baby's Arms and add that cool electronic synth stuff, and then now he's my new right-hand man, Rob. So
it's got to feel good to be around, I mean, your tour is going to be going on for months and months and months. It's got to be good to be around pretty much almost like family at this point. Then I mean, if you guys are
the band, no, we all get along really good. I mean, the whole extended crew, we're all just a stupid joke a minute, and if somebody doesn't have a good joke, get out. I fire people at the drop of a hat. I know that.
How do you usually do it? You just
I just tell
man.
I just look at them like this.
Was this album especially hard to get down the songs? I mean, you got a lot of stuff. A lot of them are long.
No, I not exactly. We just kept on trucking. I knew from experience of the last record, where both records I had a kid coming. Both records I had a daughter. It was my first record I was making for Matador. I mean, I had the Childish Prodigy recorded. I gave it to them, and I was making Smoke Ring for them, you know. And I thought I booked just like 2 weeks of studio time with John and Yellow, and I thought. And then, you know, was going to take a month off and have a kid. But I thought I'd finish the whole record or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was thinking about budget. I was very literal minded, and they're like, so I kept having to go back. So anyway, my experience with that and knowing I was going to have a daughter again, and I just booked a shitload more
just knocked
studio time. I recorded for a week, then I toured the States for like, I don't know, 2.5 weeks. Came home for a second, and then we went to Europe for 7 weeks, and then I came home from there, like so oiled up, finishing songs the whole time, and then we recorded, you know, like end of August all through September into, you know.
I'm a pop culture junkie. Do you like watch? Do you ever get time to like watch shows or like watch?
I don't watch
movies
TV really. I want to get organized. Ever since I got my a laptop got stolen like, you know, over a year ago, and I'm bad with like technology anyway, so I like had to start all over, and I want to get something where I can watch movies. And, you know, that's one thing, like the computer age is not something that like meshes well with my like ADD brain. So it's not like I'm sitting around getting organized, you know, downloading all these files and stuff like that. Yeah. But I do love movies. And I want to start watching them more on the road. I saw that movie There Will Be Blood recently,
I love that movie.
which everybody loves it, but oh my God, Daniel Day-Lewis, it's the most insane.
It's intense.
The last
scene.
Yeah. About drinking the milkshake.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it seems like if you like, because we were talking about Bret Easton Ellis earlier.
Yeah.
And so you definitely have like a taste for the macabre, then.
It depends, honestly. Like with the Bret Easton Ellis thing, I didn't think I could read a book like American Psycho, but it's just so well done. He hooks you in. You like almost have. You know, at the zoo, we're at the zoo. He does that thing.
He does.
And I'm like, I got like tears in my eyes. I'm like,
oh yeah, with the kid. Would you? What was the last? What were the last few books that you were just the Ellis books, or like some of the last ones you've read, or like?
What do I have with me right now? We brought the Bez autobiography. You know, the Happy Mondays. Bez, he's the guy who just did.
Yeah, he's a.
And he's like,
right?
It's so funny. He types.
Wait, did he write it?
He writes in his own like. The way he pronounces things, so N is always N, like A-N. It's hard to read, so I passed that one around, and I don't know if I'll be getting through that one anytime soon. I'm actually just looking for some profound American classic, but I haven't found it yet, though.
No?
Yeah. This is an insightful...
It's a very insightful
interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I don't remember.
I don't know.
Oh, I had one more question. This is a nerdy question,
okay.
But He's Alright is like, I think... I would put him like in my top 5 favorite songs of all time. Like,
oh, thank you. It's one of my favorite songs of mine.
Where did you? Was that recorded after Childish Project, or like why was it left off?
That's funny. That's a good question because basically I had the whole record recorded, and then just for reasons, it was a new song I had.
Yeah.
I hadn't recorded it yet, and I turned it into a record, and then like it was a 9-song record, and like we need 11 songs for iTunes. It started like that, so I recorded it, and then I was like, oh, I want this on the 7-inch, and then just at the you know. It didn't fit on a vinyl anyway. First of all, that's the main reason.
Yeah, because I have.
That's the main reason.
Like, no, it's not.
That's the main reason is because it was just long enough for vinyl anyway with the 9 songs, and then so I was like, all right, we're gonna put this on the single, and then just at the last second, I heard it when we mastered it, and it was so good, and I was like, while we were mastering, I wasn't gonna include it on the CD, and I was like, oh, you gotta include that on the CD, and you know, I recorded that instrumental Freak Train thing for that purpose too. And,
yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I love the whole record nerd scene because the He's Alright 7-inch. You know, the B-side is totally exclusive to the 7-inch. It's got that Farfisas and Fall Time song, which is pretty old instrumental, and then a song called Take Your Time, short finger picker.
Okay.
Just dig that up.
Okay, definitely will. I will. Well, thank you so much for coming to the zoo.
Yeah, dude.
And you got to check out his album. It's the best rock and roll album that you can get this year. I say that with absolute sincerity, and I listen to nothing but rock. So, Waking on Prizzy Days, you got to get it.
All right.
Kurt Vile,
all right,
Rock It Out blog.
Me and my friends, we're gonna split.
You gotta split with the animals. Just jump in. There's nothing that can stop. There's water.